Hi guys, here Joe Kulas once again. Just a little video here for the Blood Slaughters of Khorne. Now I got it opened on my book as well. But what it comes down to, couple unique things about this. It's a one-trick pony more than anything, but at times it can hold its own. It is a 3 hull points, 13, 12, 10 vehicle. It's an assault walker, move 6, no sort of 12 movement like the Mauler Fiends. There's a couple disadvantages. With that being said, it has a couple cool little tricks up its sleeve. The biggest thing is that you can take unit composition of it, so it's squadroned. You can take 1 to 3, so 1, 2, maybe 3. It kind of gives you a little bit of a strong presence because that 13 front armor, again, kind of differences of like the Mauler Fiends and such. But the fact it doesn't move fast, it gives it a disadvantage. Now, what it comes down to, by the way, if it matters, well, one part really matters, is it is weapon skill 5. That's cool because, again, being Khorne, it is strength 6, but it has 2 dreadnought weapons. Its base attacks is 3, although the 2 dreadnought weapons make it 4. And then, again, with that, the 3 hull points. Now, the biggest thing is it's initiative 4. One thing about Chaos Walkers, they're not, like... Well, yeah, the Hell Brute, but things, again, like the Mauler Fiend or the Soul Grinder, Brass Scorpion Khorne, even, in the back, it's... That initiative 4 is huge. With that being said, there's 2 reasons why it's huge. So there's something called the Impaler. Now this is where it comes to that one-trick pony. It's, okay, you can deep strike it. It has deep... Well, by the way, special rules, Demon of Khorne, Demonic Resistance, Deep Strike, Fleet, Fury of Khorne, Rampage, and Blind Fury. Rampage, we all know that. You're outnumbered, you get the D3 extra attacks. But Fury of Khorne gives you plus D3 attacks when charging compared to just 1. So that's kind of cool too. So essentially, if you charge, you're going to have a million attacks either way. Now with that, the Impaler, it's a ranged weapon that... This is kind of the one-trick pony thing I was talking about. It's you deep strike it, and you shoot. Now it is ballistic skill 1, but it hits always on a 4-up. What happens is you simply just hit them, and it's strength 8 AP 3, and then if you hit them, you roll 2d6. So again, roll to hit, wound, take their save if they have one, and then you roll 2d6, and this is the assault phase. It pulls them to you, and then you're locked in combat. So let's just say you're 5 inches away and you roll a 5, it's locked in combat with you now. The really cool thing about that is there's no such thing as Overwatch, because we all know, depending on what you're salting, Overwatch can be dirty. Typically being armor 13, it's not going to matter. But the cool trick is how it's Deep Strike turn 2, maybe 3, depending on, and the fact that you can get in combat. So that's really neat. Blind Fury is fairly relevant. And then they even have a little thing in here about the dragging models. But essentially, it's a very neat unit. 1, maybe 2 of them in a list can be kind of cool. The unit composition, theory sounds really cool, but again, if you try the deep striking thing, you really don't want more than 1 because they're already on a bigger base. So that's kind of where, again, you have these couple cool tricks, but you have a lot of disadvantages. And also, it kind of goes back to the role of, if you're playing against someone that's really competitive, they're going to I want to read this. And once they read it, they're going to oh, bubble wrap. You might have the ability to destroy some of the bubble wrap, if not all of it, but depending on, they're going to be able to bubble wrap it better than not, or again, just hold up in a corner, depending on your list. So again, there's a couple really cool tricks to this. Even if it comes in later, there's some really cool tricks. 1 or 2 at max per list would be really what you'd want. So with that being said, I think that really covers everything over it. Again, for 130 points, that's not bad. It's the fact that it's slow. So that's the big issue between this and the Mauler Fiend. It's 130 base. You're always going to pay that 5 points for an Impaler. So it's essentially 10 points more than a Mauler Fiend. It does have a higher front armor, and it can't take things like Lasher Tendrils, which kind of stinks. But it also has weapon skill 5. So again, you're getting a couple pros, but generally Mauler Fiends will be better. Because again, even though that front armor is 13, side armor is generally not that hard to get. If you're playing a smaller game, yes, it's cooler, because 13 is way cooler in a small game. But in your bigger games, typically angles become a big issue. So again, even like a Soul Grinder, 135 points as well, base without phlegm, things like that. Typically going to be better. That really covers everything for it. If it matters, it can be taken as a heavy support for Chaos Space Marines or Demons. So again, a couple little small things there, but that's really it. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a fantastic day, and you take care.